What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Doge to BTC. We'll also be checking out the coin market cap, and I do have a couple other announcements to make, but we will pretty much be discussing Litecoin and Bitcoin in detail, discussing where exactly I see the potential uptrend or downtrend we're going to take in the next couple of days, because I do think some pretty big moves are going to be happening within those two coins. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, so I'm on the current coin market cap, and you can see there's a bunch of things going on right now. Bitcoin dominance at 52.1, so we are up more than we were yesterday. 24-hour volume is up, and market cap is also up. So we're seeing money move into exchanges, and we're seeing coins start to move up to the higher level. You can see out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, only 4 out of the 10 seem to be in red, and they're really not down by much. Most is 2%, which is Cardano. But for the most part, coins are semi-up. We're in a consolidating move, but we're kind of headed up as we consolidate. You can see small uptrends are forming, which is definitely a good sign. You can see most of the coins are pretty much up by less than 1%. Binance coin is literally killing it. This will be the next coin we review for next week, because it does seem to be having crazy traction around it, and we really need to discuss why in the world it's actually doing that. So stick around. Tomorrow will be the last day we review Doge for the next couple of weeks, and then we will move on to Dogecoin. We'll move on to Binance coin. Otherwise, markets look good all in all. Just consolidation, as we know, when we see sideways consolidation for more than a couple days, it's usually a pretty big indicator that big moves are coming. Otherwise, guys, definitely make sure to check out the second link in the description to the ABRA exchange. We're doing an awesome giveaway, $25 for people who are new and sign up. They get free $25 of Bitcoin. A bunch of you guys have already done it. Definitely check it out. It does help support me. Now, moving on, I do want to discuss my Patreon really quick, guys. You guys are killing the game, and I cannot be more impressed and, amazed of how much you guys have an interest in cryptocurrency, as well as how much you guys want to support this channel and really see it take off. Just today, we broke a milestone of 8,500 subscribers, and we are going to the 10K, and we are going to make huge moves and huge gains. Obviously, when we hit 10,000 subscribers, you guys will be getting a giveaway, I believe, $100 of free cryptocurrency, probably Litecoin, but otherwise, definitely make sure to check out my my Patreon. Pretty much every day this month, I've been waking up and seeing more and more Patreon supporters on this channel. Definitely make sure to check this out as well. It's the first link in the description. We've had now 17 people become patrons for Crypto TV. Basically, this is a way for you guys to get exclusive access to my live trading charts, privately published charts that you want to see graphed. I pretty much do the work for you, and it allows you to follow along step by step with my YouTube videos. Now, what this does is it basically gives you guys an advantage over everybody else, because you will be the first ones to see every move that I make, and you don't have to do much work at all. So it's definitely cool, and I did lower the prices really cheap. That's probably why a lot of you guys are signing up now. It's as cheap as $5, and we do have people even helping sponsor the channel by doing the $25 or more per month, which is pretty awesome. A $25 patron, actually, just today. Huge shout out to all you guys. You make this possible, so it's pretty awesome. But moving into the more interesting stuff, I did want to mention that, but you guys are able to access this through Patreon, and it does help support the channel. I think I'm actually going to do, when we hit 100 patrons on Patreon, I'm gonna do a huge giveaway, probably like $200 or $300 to one lucky person. Will get $300, which is gonna be pretty awesome. So if you want to be in on that, you have to be a part of the Patreon community, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. Otherwise, guys, let's check out Litecoin on its 4 hours. So we're about 4 minutes into today's video. You can see very interesting chartings are happening with Litecoin on its 4 hour. So the past couple of days, you were tracking this symmetrical triangle formation. You've seen that we had some sort of downtrend, putting a lot of downwards pressure after we retested $100 for Litecoin's price. We haven't done $100 in a very long time, but you can see with this downtrend right now, there's also an uptrend that's forming, causing some sort of symmetrical triangle to come together. Now, what's interesting is we managed to break bullish out of this downtrend. We finally crossed out of this, purple downtrend. I'm actually just going to delete it. We don't even need it anymore. You can see obviously where that was, and what we've done is we finally caught up to our ascending wedge. Now, I've been discussing this ever since the big bull run happened, this big breakout happened, and I've been saying This is not stable. We're not going to stay at $100. You can literally watch my previous videos. I said we need to pull back down. We need to not only test our high-low middle moving averages, but we need to retest our green band. Now, one thing to note is that there is a potential golden cross forming on the 4 hour. You can see that the green band is about to cross over that red band, which is definitely a bullish indicator and a bullish sign that we're going to start to head up in the positive direction. Truthfully, all I'm really seeing for Litecoin to happen right now is we finally consolidated back down. We finally reached the top of the uptrend, which we were using for many days prior, where we were trading inside of it as we headed up. We're now using the top of it to slowly wean ourselves back up to $90, which I do think will happen. Literally in a couple of days, I believe we're going to start to head back up. You can see we're about to retest the uptrend once again. We have the green band about to cross over. Bunch of, many supports. This purple uptrend, this $80 support, and the high-low middle moving averages are tons of support pushing us up. So personally, I may actually buy in just a little bit more. I bought in at 76.50, so I'm sitting pretty well. It was only 10% though, so I do think we could pull up, a little bit higher, but I do want to check out the daily right now because, like I said, I'm not going all in. There is still that possibility that we pull back down a little bit lower, but you can see here what exactly I was referring to. So all of you guys who have me on Patreon will see all these updates, but you can see we did have this wedge here. I'm actually going to make this purple for you guys so it looks a little bit easier to, read. You can see right now we did have this wedge that was forming. Let me delete that. Oops, where is it? Okay, bam. So we have this purple ascending wedge that formed. You can see we're trading inside of it for many days, consolidating out. We traded sideways, much resistance in between this channel, broke bullish, shot up to literally $100. Now we're pulling back down and we're now using the top of this uptrend to trade out sideways, which is beautiful. It honestly is huge. The fact that we finally consolidated out, we needed to pull back down into a more neutral territory. You can see we're trading overbought at 90. We're currently now at around 55, 56, which is plenty of potential to move up. You can see last time we were at 55, 56. We were actually higher and we shot up, pretty much doubled the price. So you can see right now we're in a very good position. We're higher than we were previously and we're back at the same RSI, which gives us movement and reason to move up higher. Now we're slowly breaking out of this $80 resistance level and we're going to use it as a support, and I do think we're going to start to climb up the top of this uptrend pretty much like this. And then we're obviously going to have to figure out what's going to happen when we test 90, whether we're going to break up or down. I'm going to call that when we're a little bit closer. But I do think we're going to start to climb up this very soon. If we manage to play the bear trend and we do break bearish, we're going to probably stick in between this uptrend and just trade it up, this ascending wedge. But otherwise, I do think we're going to start to climb up. So I do think Litecoin looks really good. Bitcoin and Ethereum are very similar. Bitcoin and Ethereum are starting to rally up. You can see more so Bitcoin over Ethereum, little consolidation here, but very interesting with Bitcoin is I do think this is going to be the highest it goes. Not only is there a resistance at where the price currently is, but we're also literally testing that overbought line. If we go up a little bit higher, we're going to be overbought. We also have some pretty low volume on the daily, so I don't really think we're going to go much higher. Bitcoin needs to consolidate down, which is why I get kind of antsy when it comes to Litecoin. If we see Bitcoin start to pull down, most often than not, we're going to see Litecoin pull down with that. So the fact that, Bitcoin is still nearing overbought, right on the cusp, it's an indication that money is going to come out of the exchanges, Litecoin as well, and we're going to see that small consolidation. But as soon as we get that over with, as soon as we head back down to around 55.50, then we should start to take off and move up very high. Same thing goes with Ethereum. Ethereum looks a little bit better. See, if we were like this on Bitcoin and Bitcoin started to head up, I'd say more power to it. And we'll probably retest $200 with Ethereum. And then I think Bitcoin will go much higher. The only thing with Ethereum is I think this is what's going to be needed, is consolidation to the purple uptrend, then we head up higher. So I do think consolidation is definitely needed for not only Bitcoin, but Ethereum as well. Lastly, to wrap up Doge, tomorrow will be the last day for Doge. Let's pull this up. You guys can see, very interesting. I do want to just show you guys, since we broke 8,500 and we have new subs on the channel literally every single day, that they probably missed previous episodes of where we discussed Doge. Obviously, you guys can check out my playlists to check out all the different TVs. We have EOS TV, Litecoin TV, Bitcoin TV, Stellar TV, Doge TV, all the different playlists of all the different chartings. If you guys wanted to, get more information on this, you can check those playlists out. But you can see the uptrend is forming. Symmetrical triangle is in effect. We're pretty close. We've been starting this, downtrend since May of 2017. Holy crap. We've had many, literally a year and a half of forming this, symmetrical triangle. And we're coming very close to closing it off. Now, not only are we testing that green, high-low middle moving average, but we're also testing the purple uptrend. And I truthfully think we're going to see consolidation. This literally has had a very similar pattern on it the entire time. This is so similar. Every single time. You can see now, hopefully that looks a little bit easier. Then we see the breakout again. We're going to come back down and probably see another little hiccup before we consolidate out. So very similar. We have a major move, or here we go. Major move, small bump, and we touch. Major move, small bump, then we touch. Major move, we're going to see another small bump, and then we're going to go. So I'm really anticipating another small move to happen very soon within Bitcoin. Something along the lines of this. We just had this major rally like this. We pulled back down, small bump. So we had another major move, consolidate, small bump, and then we trade out like that. So I'm looking to catch that little bump. So when we see that little, bump, once again, I'm going to ride it up and then, sell off. So as I zoom into the daily, you'll see what I mean. You can see we're literally right on the edge. So we're stuck right now between a rock and a hard place. We're stuck between trying to get above its daily high-low middle moving average, as well as staying above its purple uptrend. So we're going to consolidate out. I do think once we touch down, we're going to break right through that, head up about halfway, midway, and I'm going to ride it up and sell off right about middle. And then it's going to consolidate back down. And when it finally reaches the end here, we could see a very big move. So my eyes are definitely still going to be on Doge, even if we're not charting it. Otherwise, guys, that's it for today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. Check out my Patreon for exclusive content, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.